Hey everyone, Tapdawg here with Little Alchemist Helper, and today I am once again reviewing the Frozen pack. It has been a while since I have reviewed this pack, but they're making some significant changes to the pack, so because of that I kind of wanted to review the pack and kind of talk about the features and benefits and go through all that information with you guys, talk about what's changed, and then give you updated rankings for the entire pack. So before we get into the full details here, let me see, can I make this a little bit easier to read? Maybe. Can I hide the people? I can hide the people. Perfect. Okay. And then can I hide this section? I don't think I can hide that section. Okay. Well, anyhow, let me put this up on the screen. So here's the announcement from Monumental here on the Discord. They said, hey gamers, ready to chill with the upcoming Frozen Pack update starting Wednesday, so that's tomorrow. And it's going to be up there for 4 days, which technically means 5 days. You'll be getting the Frozen pack once again. So in this pack is the Ice combo card, the Sun Onyx combo card, and then a bunch of other cards. But they're adding backfills for Ice. So this is the list of all of the new backfills, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Then they also provided us the list of new backfills for Sun, which is obviously a bronze card, but also Sun Onyx. So quite a few new combo backfills for that. And then they've also adjusted some stats for a couple of the cards in this pack. Frostwolf was 14.9, now it's 19.4. Ice Carrier was 12.11, now it's 15.8. And Ice Tude was 13.11, it is now 17.7. So what do all those changes mean? Well, let's look at the pack. I kind of like doing this last time. It makes it a whole lot easier and faster for me, so I'm going to keep it up in here. But let's go through the pack one by one. So first we will start with Sun, the Onyx card in this pack. Obviously at level 5 it is a 2320. In my most recent updated rankings it was a 1-star, so it's not that great, primarily because it had a lack of combos, and then the combos it did make were not really a high quality. However, it is a very attack focused card. But let's look at it now with these new backfills. So give me a second to pop this up on the screen. So here are its combos now, and this is its Onyx combos. These are the best ones it can make. On my document here, you know, I can actually make this a little bit better. There we go. You'll notice the stat total over here. So this is just adding the attack and defense of the combo. And for most cards, the highest number you're going to see here is a 71. For those that do make Hydrobot, it would be a 73 if it's 2 Onyx cards that are being comboed together. But these are its best Onyx combos. Let me just make sure I'm just on Onyx so I can go down this list. So it does have 6 here that are 70 plus, and 70 is kind of where I would do the cutoff for like the best combos. Now with that being said, you'll notice down here there are some good combos like a 3930, 3831, so on and so forth. So just because it's below that threshold doesn't mean it's not necessarily a good combo, and some people would prefer to use a 3930 versus this 3337 that's up here. But for my stat purposes and to keep everything the same, I normally will rank a card based on how many combos it has that are 70 and plus. And then the other thing I'll look at is how many of its Onyx combos are 65 and plus. And so for this one, it was 36 of its, I believe there's 47. Yeah, so 36 of its 47 are 65 plus. And the reason why is once you get below that number, you might have some high attacks down here, 39s, 38s like you see, but you're using it at the expense of a very low defense. So you're going to take a lot of damage when you use these. That might be fine if you're using a tiebreaker deck and you're attack focused anyway, but now that, you know, people can have defensive cards and combos, it's more important how quality your combos are, not just the strength of the attack. So anywho, we'll continue back up here. So long story short, it did get one extra new 70 plus combo in here. I believe it's Madness here. Madness Onyx makes the Curse Chosen. That is a new combo for it. All the rest of the ones that were up here were previously existing. But I do also have my Onyx card rankings for this, but let me go through the best diamond combos it can make. Give me a second to show those up here on the screen. It did get quite a handful more new 65 plus is what I do for diamond combos. So it did get quite a few more of these. It's now at 17. I believe it was at 11 previously. So that means it's gotten 6 extra combos in this section. One of them being Phoenix here, which is a 3629, pretty nice. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, but that was a nice little boost for this. And putting all that information together, Sun here has gone from being a 1-star Onyx to now being a solid 3-star. So it's gone up 2 whole star levels with these backfills, which is great for it. The nice thing is it got a significant increase in combos in total, which is always helpful. Makes a card a lot more flexible and usable. And then the number of 65 plus is actually a little bit low. 70 plus is a little bit low as well. So the biggest thing that helped it is it has a larger quantity, but the quality is not there. If it had more equal stats, it would be a lot more of a powerhouse. But that being said, it is very attack focused, like you saw with those combos there. So if you want a card that's very, very focused on attack, if you're using a tiebreaker deck, this is actually one that could be useful for you, is Sun Onyx. All right, moving on to the gold combo card. We have Ice here, which for the longest time has been one of the lowest, if not the lowest, gold combo cards in game. It is 1716 when it gets fully leveled up. One of the reasons why it was so poor was one, it had very few combos. I think it had like 90 combos or something, and now it has, I think, let me see, I have my rankings here. It has 119 combos now, so it's a significant increase from what it was previously. But let's talk about those. So we're going to start with the Onyx combos it can make. So again, this is when you combo Ice with an Onyx card, and you can kind of see here, I have these sorted by stat total and then by attack total. So if you have multiples here that are 66, like you see, the attack is what sorted it first. So the attack focus cards first, then it goes a little bit more even kill, and then defensive. And same thing as you keep going down. So it did get quite a few new backfills, and they did help out with the quantity of combos, but it's very similar to Sun. It increased its quantity, but the quality is not that great still. In fact, I believe, actually, you know what? I think I lied earlier. Let me go back to my Sun ratings here. Sun went from being 1-star to being 2-star. Okay, so you see Sun's down here. Oh, you guys can't see. That's way too small. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit for you. Make this just a little bit bigger. I can go up to right here. So let me zoom out a little bit. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, that's about where I need to be. Okay, so highlighted on the screen is Sun Onyx. It used to be in between Holy Water and Trident on my scoring, which was, let's just call it 2.5, because that's a number in between those two. Now it's up to 3.25. So if you go up on my screen here, that means it's basically between Time and Rainbow now. Time is a 2.5-star. Rainbow is a 2-star. So I apologize, I lied about Sun. It is not a 3-star. It is somewhere between a 2-star and a 2.5-star, and I personally would probably put it at a 2-star still, just because I personally like to have that flexibility of a lot of high attack, but also a lot of high defense, and it's just focused on attack. So it's not as flexible of a card. So for that reason, it's down in 2.0 for me. But it's somewhere between those two with its 3.25. Closer to 2.5 than it is to 2, I guess. So sorry, I just wanted to clear that up. It is the gold card that we have here. Let me see if I can put that here on the screen. This is the one that had the bigger jump. It went from a 1-star to a 3-star. That's going to be too much. Let me back this up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Ice down here, it used to be right in between Bone and Fish in terms of rating, so it was probably a 2.4 roughly, and now it's a 2.92, which puts it up significantly, as you can see, all the way up here with Moon. It's tied with Moon for a 3-star, and it's kind of on the low end of the 3-star, because the 3s go up to 2.99, and it's at 2.92, so Kind of on the low end of a 3-star, but still, the biggest thing that helped it is the quantity of combos it now has. And then the other thing that really increased it too was the number of Onyx combos it has now. Those are both outliers for where it was previously. This is also a nice little stat increase, but this is actually the average, I believe, of Onyx combos that are 65 plus. Yeah, the average is 11.5, so it's actually below average still, even with that increase that it had. So, anywho, going back here, so Ice went from a 1-star. Sun went from a 1-star. Sun, 1-star to now 2.5. Ice went from 1-star to 3-star now. So they're both kind of just average to below average cards, but they used to be the worst. So that's a definite improvement. If you already had these cards, they're going to be better for you, especially if you use them in heroics. And then, like I said, Sun is actually very usable in a tiebreaker deck where you're wanting to deal damage and get your opponent's health down quickly, at the expense that you also, if you happen to play against a healer or something like that, there's a better chance you're going to lose because you're focused on attack. So just that caveat. All right, let's jump into the diamond cards here, and this is a whole lot easier. Thank you to, I don't know how to say his name correctly, Apropergerly. Apropergerly, I don't know how to say his name. But he has updated the wiki. He's got a bot now that does this, and he's updated all the pages to, one, show the level 5 stats, but also show the ability of that card. So combo cards show this little icon. Obviously, you know, these other ones, critical strike, crushing blow, counterattack, so on and so forth. But it makes it a whole lot easier for me to review the packs this way, and it saves me so much time from having to set up everything. So thank you so much for that. So we'll go through these one by one. Frost Mage here is a 30 attack, 24 defense, critical strike. This one was not stat adjusted at all, and unfortunately it's just not that great of a combo. It's a very much not even entry level. It's kind of one of the lower tier critical strikes that you can have. I do like that it's at least 30, which is kind of my cutoff for even considering a fusion for a critical strike. But I wish it was higher, obviously. But you know what? It's at least it's a critical strike, right? As compared to Frost Dragon here, which has ideal stats. 25 is the highest you can have, so that is nice. But unfortunately, it's a crushing blow, and 31 attack for a crushing blow is just not anything very great. So stat-wise, stat line, it's great for combos, but as the card itself, it's not that great. Then we've got Frostwolf here. This was one of the cards that got adjusted. It used to be a 14-9, so now it's a 19-4, and it is a critical strike. Oh, no, I'm sorry, a counterattack with 35 attack, 20 defense. I believe this jumps into the number 2 slot. It might be number 3 for counterattacks. So definitely a good option, especially if you run a tiebreaker deck. You've got Sun already, and now you have this card here, which is another 1-2 punch for a tiebreaker deck. If you have less than 55 health, if you're even like 50 or below health, running a counterattack or two in your deck is really essential to clutch up when you might not be able to beat those healing decks. A counterattack is going to be able to help you with that. So I can't say enough that was a great change for this card. Ice Age here. No stat change on this one. It is a 29 attack, 26 defense curse card. Again, curse just doesn't really have a place in the game currently, so I can't say anything about this, good or bad. It's just I wish they could figure out a better use for curse cards. Ice Carrier was another one that did get a stat adjustment. It was 12-11 previously, so it got a +3 here and a -3 here. It's now a 31 attack, 24 defense. Crushing Blow, again, very similar to Frost Dragon, just a little bit less defense. Unfortunately, with these Crushing Blows, you really need a higher attack for them to even be considered useful. So stat-wise, it's going to be better for the 4 or 5 combos that make this. I believe it did get a backfill, too. I think Ice and Space, or I think that was the one that makes this now kind of like a Star Wars reference. But unfortunately, the ability it has is just not that great. Then the other one, the final, not final, Diamond Final Form, but the one that's kind of the good one now in this pack is going to be Ice Dude here. He went from, I believe it was a 14-11 to a 17-7, so a +3, -3, or whatever that would be. I believe is what he changed from. But he didn't have an increase in his stats, just a change in his stats. But now he is a 33 attack, 23 defense. So that's kind of a good mid-game critical strike now from being a not usable at all one. So that was a nice change for this. It would have been nice if it did have one extra attack and one fewer defense, but you know what? I can't complain. That now is at least one extra card you could be looking for in addition to the Frostwolf and the Sun in this pack. And finally, we have a defensive focused card, but it's actually an Absorb Snowman here, which is a 24 attack, 31 defense Absorb. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, that is that. I wish they would change that to be a protection. That might make it a little bit better, but yeah. Gold Final Form cards, you can kind of see them all up here on the screen. Avalanche is not too bad, actually, for a budget crushing blow card there. Could be useful if you needed one for a little bit of dust to be able to level up. Ice Imp is a curse, so not that great. Ice Lotus, that's actually one of the better stat lines you can have for a critical strike card. That's equal to some of the best boss cards. I think Chloe's about the same. So not too bad on that end. Penguin's a 21-23 protection. Not that great. Same thing with Snow Angel over here at 20-22 protection. Not that great. And then Snow Cone, I think it actually has a little bit too high of a defense to be really a usable crushing counterattack. I wish it maybe took off 2 defense and added them to the attack level to make another 4-point swing there. That would be really helpful, I think. But as is, it's just kind of a middling counterattack. So overall, this pack, you've now got a 2 to 2.5 star Onyx card from a 1, so that's a good improvement, but still not great card. It is attack focused, so if you want to have that, that's a good thing going for it. You now have an average gold combo card. It used to be a completely meh and unusable one, so now it's actually average, which is great. Not only did it add a bunch of combos, but they did do 3 stat adjustments that all make them a little bit more usable in your heroics deck. And then in terms of Final Form cards, you've got Frostwolf here, probably a top 3 counterattack. Ice Dude, which is just kind of a mid-tier critical strike. And that is about it in terms of good Final Forms. So who should buy this pack? I think really it's only going to be people who want Sun for an attack-focused card. I don't really see anything else that's a super standout here. Obviously, Frostwolf being a top 3 CA is nice, but somewhat niche. That goes away as you get more health. So it's definitely, this isn't necessarily a late-game pack. I'd say it's for someone that's maybe in mid-game that's needing that extra attack focus for some of their combo cards. But I appreciate the work that they've done on this. I do wish they tweaked it just a little bit more. But long term, both of these cards need to have improved quality for their combos. They've got the quantity now, but it's the quality that would need to be adjusted to make them any better. And that's something that they might have to hold off on until they can actually change combos. Because both of these have a lot of bronze and silver results that just don't shine well when you get to the onyx and diamond versions of them. So, anywho, that is all I have for you guys today. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully talk with you again real soon. All right, take care.